What's up guys, we are back again and we're back again with another tutorial. Now in this tutorial we're going to be going over the HasItem command. Now this isn't a command in itself, it's more of a command which you can use as part of an effect. For instance, if you do a / effect and you want it to take effect on an in particular person which has an in particular thing, possibly in their inventory, maybe in a certain slot in an inventory, this is going to be the one for you. Now before we get into this, I just want to explain a few of the good things that this can probably be used for. You can use it as part of Bedrock anti-cheats in terms of making sure they haven't got certain blocks. If they have, you can give an effect on them. For instance, let's say they're not allowed command blocks. You can set up a repeating command, just making sure that anybody that does have a command block isn't able to place blocks. Potentially they get blindness, slowness, or anything like that. Basically giving them a punishment. On the other hand, you can also use it for minigames. Minigames, in terms of you might have to pick up a block, it recognises when you pick up that block, and you might get an extra bonus like a jump boost, or again a little bit faster. It might be that you want when a player to pick up a certain sword, if they might, you might have made your own custom VIP rank or something like that. When they pick up a sword and it's a certain player, you want it to give them extra strength or something like that. And again, this is going to be done on Bedrock. So all explanations over, let's get into it. So let's start off first just to see if I have a command block and give me an effect from that. So let's get started, and you can do this on a command block as well. If you're not sure how to get a command block, it's / give at S. Or at A if you want to give it to everybody. At S is going to be yourself. Command _ block. Either way, I'm going to be doing it on this chat because I have cheats enabled on here. So let's start off with effect first, and who's this going to affect? Let's do an at A for example. After this, we are going to want to do our square brackets. As you can see, we have HasItem on the list, so let's go ahead and put HasItem there, and we're going to go for equals. Now to specify the item, we're going to put one of these, and I have absolutely no idea what it's called. However, it is not the square bracket, it's the much more squiggly bracket. Let's zoom on that squiggly bracket so you got it. Now let's specify the item, so I'm going to go item, I'm going to go equals, and then let's put the command block. Should find it pretty easily. There we go, it's command block. If you don't know how to autofill, it's tab. Press the tab, it will autofill, keep pressing it and it will autofill down the list. Now, just to keep it simple, this is going to put an effect to anybody with a command block anywhere in their inventory. Let's start off nice and easy. So, to do this, we're going to end off with another funny squiggly bracket, and then a square bracket after that. Now, let's go for slowness. Let's go for 10. This is how long it's going to be for, so 10 seconds, and with a strength of 10. Now, if I press enter, I should now get slowness. Which, is this a bug? Have I not played Bedrock for a long time? I swear slowness used to make you slow. Apparently now it just makes you zoom into everything. But anyway, you get the point. So that worked. You can see if we go back on our command line, if I pull up the chat, you can see that it's given slowness 10 to JDog for 10 seconds. Now, let's go a little bit further. Let's add a quantity. So we want to know, or we want something to happen if somebody has got 2 command blocks on them. And there's a few more variables to that as well. So we can also go through more than 5, we can go less than 5 or a certain number, and we'll do that just now. So just to save a lot of typing, I'm going to pull up my old command. If you're not sure how to do that, press your / and then press up, and it will take you to your last known command. So let's go to here. And again, this is just to save me typing a lot. So it's going to be the same thing again. So we've got effect. / effect at A HasItem equals funny bracket item equals command block, or whatever you want the item to be that it detects. However, rather than ending it with the funny bracket and then the square bracket, we're going to put a comma after the command block. This is where we can specify the quantity. So I'm going to write quantity there. We're going to put equals, and let's say 2. Now if I press enter, it's going to tell me that no targets match the selector. That is because I have 1 command block, I don't have 2. So let's give ourselves a command block. So give it a command block, we should now have 2 command blocks. There we go, we've got 2. So now if we do the same command, so again / I'm just going to go up until I find that command. Now that we have comma quantity equals, we can now press enter, and we will get the slowness. Again, I'm really not sure, maybe it's just me being a bit silly. Pretty sure that's not slowness, but it's fun. I suppose. There we go. There's a few different things that you can also do here with a quantity. What you can do is you can do, if you want it to be between 2 and 5, for instance, we're going to do 2.5. Now it's going to look if we have between 2 and 5. If I had 1, it wouldn't happen. If I had 6, it also wouldn't happen either. Terrific. Now, again, what if we want to be, if anybody has more than 5 of something? Perhaps you want to set a limitation and people just shouldn't have a certain amount more of this. All we're going to do here is we're going to change this, so let's just take out all of this last little equation here. So if we want more than 5, we're going to do 5 dot dot equals same thing. So that's if we have more than 5, so it hasn't affected us. However, if we do anybody with less than 5, all we've got to do here is we're going to change that dot dot to the before the 5, or before the number that you want to detect for. So quantity equals, and I want to be less than 5, so dot dot 5 equals, it means it should affect me because obviously I have 2 and that's less than 5. I feel like I'm given a maths lesson here. Goes a little bit further than that. We can also set a location. This can be specific or non-specific in terms of you can search the entire inventory bar, or you can search for a certain slot in each inventory bar. So let's get to it. Again, /, let's press up to bring up the last command. I'm going to set my quantity to something that I do have still, so it can detect me, so it's going to be quantity 2. Now, to add the location, we're going to put a comma, and we're going to put location. Then we're going to finish that off with an equals, and this is where you're going to need to know your locations a little bit. You have slot.hotbar, slot.armor, slot.inventory. You have head, feet, legs, chest. You can also do slot.weapon.mainhand or slot.weapon.offhand. I may have missed some there, but basically it's everywhere where a player could hold something. So to keep this easy, at first we're going to do the slot hotbar because it's in my hotbar at the moment. That's your main bar at the moment that only holds a certain amount of items. So locations equals slot.hotbar. Now if I press enter, this will work because it is simply in my hotbar. I haven't said it's in slot 3 or slot 5. So this has basically detected that within my hotbar, I have got 2 command blocks, and because of that, it's going to give me the effect. Now let's go one even further. Now let's determine what slot you want it to check in as well. And this has been done of every player because we've been doing the effect at A. So let's go back to the hotbar. We're going to put a comma there. We're going to put a slot. And we're going to go equals. So the way the hotbar works, the first one on the left is 0. So although it looks like I'm on the number 2 slot just on the right of it, it's actually number 1. So if I do number 1 here, we press enter, that will now affect me. However, when that effect wears off, I'll do number 2 just so you can see. Number 2 will be the 3rd in row, so the one after the one I'm at now. So let's change the slot to 2, press enter. As you can see, nothing's happened because I'm in slot 1 with my command block. It's the same thing with your inventory. Obviously we start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we start on the top left as well with 0, and it works its way like that right until the end slot right there. That's how you can work it out. One thing to note is with the location, like I did mention previously, it can be just done in general, so you can check somebody's inventory or offhand, or it can be done more specifically like we've just done now, which is checking a hotbar or an inventory of a certain slot. And if they have that slot, you can determine what effect to give them and for how long. There is one more which I haven't really found too handy, or I haven't needed to use myself as well, and that's going to be data. So let's just add another one here. We can go comma, we can go data equals, and then choose the data of the block. Now I might be wrong, I think maybe more for Java orientated, or just blocks that have different numbers of data, like the terracotta blocks and stuff like that. So that is potentially what data is. I don't want to say that I absolutely know this part, so you know, not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure it's something to do with that. If I put 2, no targets match selector, but yeah, that will be your different blocks which are the same block but need a different data value. I've noticed that this weird cow follows me on the end of every outro. Every time I go to finish, it's here. So with that, I think we know what time it is. Don't forget to hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe either if you haven't already, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye.